Hey, it's Mr. Cohen, and we've got a couple videos here that are going to take us through the rest of the chapter that we're working on. The first one is about multiplying polynomials. So imagine that I had a piece of land, and the land was a square, and the dimensions of the square were x units, whatever the unit is. Now, I've got a neighbor to the right, and I want to buy her land, and I offer her money, and I buy her land, and her land is 3 units in that direction. Now, I don't have enough land. I feel like I'm the land baron. So I meet this neighbor and I buy his land. And his land is 2 units by x units. And finally, well, I've got this whole thing and I think, well, I should fill this all out as a rectangle. So I buy this other piece of land. Now, if I want to figure out the area of my land, well, the land I started with was x by x. That's x squared. This part here is 3 times x, so it's 3x. Down here, I've got x times 2, which is 2x, and this last plot is 2 by 3, which is 6. I've got x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6, and if we combine like terms, the area of my land is x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now, you know that the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. Well, we could say that x plus 3 and x plus 2 are the length and the width. What we've done is we've multiplied these, and now I'm going to show you how we can do that in a different way without the drawing. A lot of people call this the FOIL method. And when we're multiplying polynomials like this, these are called binomials. There's 2 terms, x and 3. There's another binomial, x and 2. When we're multiplying them, we can use what's called the FOIL method, and the F stands for first. We're going to take the first thing from each binomial and multiply them. Then we're going to take the O, which is the outer, the things that are furthest apart. In this case, that would be x times 2, which equals 2x. If the O is outer, the I is inner. So we're going to have 3 times x, which is 3x. And then if F is first, L is last. 3 times 2 is 6. Now you'll see that the inner and the outer are usually like terms. And you'll see also that everything that we did up here we did down here. So this is how we're going to multiply polynomials. A lot of teachers, Mr. Schmidline, chief among them, hate the idea of FOIL. He will not teach you FOIL. He will give you dirty looks next year if you mention it. So what I want to tell you is why teachers don't like FOIL. He doesn't like it for lots of reasons, but other teachers don't like it because if we have a situation like this, well, there's actually going to be 6 multiplications in this situation. We've got a binomial here and a trinomial here. There's only 4 letters in FOIL, but we actually want to multiply every part of this times every part of this. Now, this is really just an idea of the distributive property. Imagine if you were multiplying 24 times 37. Well, you'd break it up to 20 plus 4 times 30 plus 7. And whether you use FOIL or whether you use lattice or traditional multiplication or partial products, you would multiply each number times each number in the 24 times each part of the 37. The same is true here. So I teach FOIL not because of FOIL. I teach FOIL as a reminder that what you're trying to do when you multiply polynomials is multiply everything here times everything here. So we're going to multiply x times x squared, which is x cubed. Remember, if the bases are the same, add the exponents. X times 3x, which is 3x squared. X times 4, which is 4x. 4 times x squared, which is 4x squared. 4 times 3x, which is 12x. And 4 times 4, which is 16. Now, if we're looking for like terms, x cubed has no like term, 16 has no like terms. It's just like FOIL, the things in the middle are usually where the like terms happen. 3x squared plus 4x squared equals 7x squared. 4x plus 12x equals 16x. And we get that as our product. So the whole idea of multiplying polynomials is take everything in the first polynomial times everything in the second. If they're binomials, use FOIL. If they're not binomials, use the idea of FOIL. Everything in here times everything in here, and vice versa, then combine like terms. All right, I want to thank my wife for videotaping this. I want to thank my dogs for not barking. There's one of them, that's Rocco. And I want to remind you that if you have questions, you can email me at mcohen2@pghschools.org. There'll be another video shortly that's going to tell you how to undo FOIL to factor polynomials. See you there.